Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday morning. We continue. All right, for those wondering about this picture above, you're going to see in a minute because Harry, it looks like, is trying to get goodwill for Meghan through him. Therefore, she's a hanger-oner. But we're also covering his first day in Africa, Harry's first day in South Africa. There's a lot, so let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. We're starting off with this article. I was absolutely stunned. Harry, we know he went to New York without Meghan. We know then he went to the UK without Meghan, and now he's flown off without Meghan again. And I've said before, and the articles show that what I said was true. This is a tactic to try to make the public like him again. The strategy is for Prince Harry to remind the world why they fell in love with him, why they like him, and to channel the goodwill towards Harry, which will soften the public stance towards Meghan. The message they're trying to send is that Harry is still a prince of the people and, give me all this goodwill and I'm just fabulous. The question is whether this will work or not. But the idea is to stop all the talk about Meghan by reminding people how wonderful Harry is and why they loved Harry in the first place before Meghan. In the meantime, Harry does miss being a royal, whether he wants to admit it or not. And so I think that's one of the reasons why he hasn't given up this charity. He likes to go in. He likes to be seen as the king's son. He likes to be celebrated. You know what I'm saying? He likes that kind of work. I don't think he liked it at the time, but I think he realizes now what he gave up. And so this gives him a little taste of it still. And what people are saying is Harry always liked to be popular. He didn't really do anything. He never really had a job. But since he's left the royal family, the Megxit plan has not worked out. His popularity has plunged, his deals are being canceled, and he's becoming steadily less and less popular. And in this article, they're trying to point out these similarities. Diana was a generous gift giver, so is Harry. Diana liked to be entertained. She liked to be popular, just like Harry. And if you can believe this, the article actually says that William was less popular than Harry when they were young, and William was jealous of that. This man also said prior to Megxit that Harry was more popular than the Queen, but tacks on that he has no sympathy for them. Listen, if he didn't want to be seen as a court jester, he shouldn't have been outside juggling balls. In the meantime, the U.S. media has definitely turned critical. There's fresh waves of criticism. People are just not happy with them, and a lot of people would like them to leave the country. And for all of Harry's, tweaking and word salad, the narrative he was trying to push was absolutely disrupted by the allegations and counterclaims regarding Meghan's behavior towards her staff. Now, while he was in the UK, Harry did not meet with his father or his brother, but I get upset with these headlines. This feeds into the narrative that Queen Camilla is the evil stepmother who keeps Harry away from his loving father. The truth is, they were not there. They were in Scotland. If Harry wanted to, not go to Africa for a day and fly down to Scotland, I'm sure the family would have been happy to see him. But they were in a different time zone. So these stories that are constantly coming out, making it look like Camilla is evil and is keeping Harry away from his loving dad. These stories really upset me because it's untrue. That is not what happened at all. Not even close. All right, let's move on now. We know Harry, we're about to discuss what's going on, but let's talk about this really quickly because we know that Harry took part in his rallying call on behalf of African Parks Project when he was in New York, amid all the allegations of what the Rangers are doing and how they're torturing the tribes people. So one of the campaign directors for Survival International said, quote, "It is outrageous, I have to say. The thing that for us is shocking is that there's an investigation taking place. So before even knowing the outcome into the abuse that we've helped to expose, Harry's been celebrating what he calls African Parks' impactful and vital mission." I agree. African Parks is waiting for the outcome before deciding their future relationship. And of course, people are calling for Harry to resign, and he will not. So let's catch up now. When Harry left the Well Child Awards, of course, he's in the back of a chauffeur-driven Range Rover. And I find it interesting that he's sitting right smack dab in the middle so that he can get a clear shot by the cameras. Isn't that Meghan Markle's trick that he's learned, maybe? So, as I said before, there was no family reunion. Harry finished up in the UK and immediately left and went to South Africa. Now, my question is, how did he get to South Africa? How did he get to the UK? How much do you guys want to bet it was a private jet after he had given that speech at Travelist? I'm willing to bet if the guy had flown commercial, we would have heard about it. He would have made sure that everybody knew that he was doing his part for the environment and he was flying, a commercial to reduce his carbon footprint, but we never heard a word. Now, one of the things that's really upsetting me is they're trying to change the narrative, okay? One of the things that's said in these articles is that Harry's first stop to Africa was during his gap year, blah, 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 in 2004. That is not true. He went in 1997 with his father. So already the Daily Mail, and I don't know why they're doing this, is trying to rewrite history to make it seem like Charles had nothing to do with South Africa, when we all know that that's not what happened. After Diana passed, Charles took Harry to South Africa. That was his first time that he was there, and that was the first time he met people. So Harry jetted off to be in South Africa for a week. Oh my God. And this was right after Beatrice announced her pregnancy, which I'm guessing Harry didn't see her. Now, we know that he's met the prince before. Here's a picture of them above. And we know that he's been there before. You know what really gets me, though? This picture. I've shown you guys this before. When Harry went to a thing for Sentabale, but you had to pay to watch this one. And it was during the Sentabale's Potential is Waiting panel discussion at the Ritz-Carlton in April in Miami. You can go back and watch it. Anyway, Harry landed and immediately was met by the Princess of Lesotho, who hosted him for lunch. And we know this because right after that happened, she put a picture up on Instagram going, "Oh, it was so wonderful. I got to, host Harry for lunch. I had the pleasure of hosting a lunch." I cannot believe that Meghan Markle would be happy to see this picture. He had his arm around her, and we know for a fact that Harry's wife does not like it when he touches other women, and she body blocks at every opportunity. Anyway, there were lots of things going on that I may not be able to give them an order, but I'm sure as hell gonna try. So after the lunch, and by the way, as you can see, the prince was there as well in that, I don't know what color vest that is. So apparently they were greeting people before they started walking. And the reason they were walking was because they were going to meet up with some dignitaries, of course, after they met the locals, I guess is how you would say it. Please do not misunderstand me. I am not faulting Sentabale. I think it's an excellent charity, although there have been some talks of missing money and things happening there. And of course, Harry just pops in like every 10 years or so. Anyway, Harry was taken to meet the Prime Minister. Obviously, this took place on the same day. If you look at that guy's sweater, it's the same color. I don't know if this happened before or after the lunch. Again, I can't tell you the order of these things. Anyway, the Prime Minister put up a post saying his commitment through Sentabale has been invaluable to our nation. We're celebrating 58 years of independence. I thought, wow, that's really something to throw in there at the last minute. Now, this is the part that really gets me. So Harry goes and he sits around a bonfire and he gave a speech. And this is what he said. Word salad. He goes, "We're hitting the targets, not just Sentabale, but all of our departments. And it's making a massive difference. And it is this surge of energy and optimism and the voice of young people ranging from 6 to 25. And the biggest difference of which really needs more work is when people from the top start listening." Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding when I say this. It reminded me a lot of Meghan Markle. He goes, "We're hitting the targets." And then the two people next to him went, And it's making a massive difference. And they went, And the biggest difference is what needs more work is, and they went, I was like, that's just creepy. He's going to be there for a week. There'll be more later. Now, really quickly, a blind item came out claiming that Harry took a lease on a house. But I have not seen anything yet. I haven't heard anything yet. It's just a blind item. Take it with a pinch of salt, and I'll keep it updated for you. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Put those comments down. Make them good. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications, which you probably won't get anyway. And then go down into the description box and click the link to video 2. Follow me over. Let's go.